How we doing, gamers? Welcome back to another episode of the Birchlands. Today we're going to be doing a few different things. So right here, you may recognize this place. It's not the place you think it is. The place you think it is the floor below it. Just today, I just finished getting all these walls in place right here, the roof and everything. So this right here is going to be Melon Farm number 2, right over here. Technically number 3, if you're going to count the one down there. The one that we're going to break today, because quite frankly, I hate it now. If you haven't watched any of the previous videos, basically the reason we're getting rid of that thing is it's kind of in an awkward spot. If you can see right there between the skeleton farm that I never use and the melon farm, there's kind of just this little awkward area right there. It's just a little bit too straight, basically. And I don't really think a path would look very good. I just feel like if we were to put a path through there, I guess it will just look like way too linear, like not like natural, like the path we have here. You know, this has its curves and everything. It actually feels like a path. I'm not really sure how we're gonna do that, so we're just gonna get rid of that farm completely, put it on top of here in this building that I think actually looks kind of amazing still. It's actually kind of a skyscraper now. It actually wasn't originally intended to be this high, but it's a skyscraper now. It's actually the highest point in the whole base now. It definitely took some materials to build, that's for sure. And I ran out of dirt again. So instead of pulling it from over there, I figured it would be smarter to instead pull it from right on over here. You can kind of see the dirt over there. You can kind of see it a little bit. Yeah, basically what I'm going to be doing over time is, since the village isn't going to be going out into this area anymore because of lag and stuff, we're just going to put a wall right there, probably later this episode actually. And then this will just become something else. I'm not really sure what, to be honest. We definitely have a lot of space here in this base, that's for sure. So as you may know, we do have that cobblestone wall that's way out there. So we might genuinely not end up using all the space in here, which is going to suck, because there are definitely going to be some areas that just look blank. There already are, and that's just going to be the way it might be for forever. Which kind of sucks, but I will say it is better than having not enough space, I guess. But anyways, yeah, so obviously we don't have any more melon seeds to get up there, at least not right now, but in the storage facility right here, I'm pretty sure, or no, I think maybe it was my house, but somewhere in one of these two places, I have a whole bunch of melon slices, and sure enough, here we are. So this is what we're going to use to plant all the melon seeds. And going right back on up here, I reckon I should have this job done in like seconds right here. The farm is designed so that way everything grows in a row, so you can just literally run down the aisle right here and harvest it pretty easily. That's basically the same technique we're going to be using all the way up here. And there we go. That's all the seeds in place right there. Now all we gotta do is wait for them to grow, and obviously I'm not going to stand here and just wait for them to do that. That's going to be kind of a boring video, not going to lie. It actually is really convenient because we don't have to put up the walls right away. It's actually better if we don't. Because if we put a wall and a roof over this, we just do that, it blocks out all the sunlight, and then the vines can't grow. In fact, I don't even think, there might be some vines down here that aren't fully grown yet that I might have to go and bone meal at some point, because they're not growing. Even with the light here and everything, I think it needs to be actual sunlight, but they can luckily still, obviously, you know, produce melons right here, which is pretty nice. Kind of the whole point of the farm. Yeah, sure enough, here's one right here. This probably won't be growing, so I should probably get some bone meal and take care of that at some point. However, I think that's like the only one I see right here. Yeah, I think that might genuinely be like the only one in this ocean. Oh wait, never mind. Here's one right here, and another one right there. Those really blended in, but you can just tell right there. Literally just the phase right before, I guess, reaching adulthood where it can create a melon. But yeah, it is good to see that so much of this farm down here that I kind of covered up and blocked from the sun is grown. I thought it would be a little bit less. Alright, and with the entire farm harvested, not only has night fallen, but we've got these huge frickin' stacks right here of pumpkins and stuff. So it's really good to trade all that to the villagers, because the villager trade, it's honestly kind of busted. It's like 6 pumpkins for an emerald and 4 melons for an emerald. So yeah, it definitely results in a lot of XP, which is kind of how I've managed to get away in this world without an XP farm. And it's going to be really helpful for the new villager workforce we got going on up in here. Now, it does look like nobody here is getting to work just yet. I'm going to till these spots in the ground. That's just really just grinding my gears right there. You take those seeds, buddy. You do that. I need to find someone who is not a master. Someone I can level up here real quick. Could be a little bit challenging to find, but nonetheless, that's a master. You're also a master. I could have sworn, do you not have? Oh. Okay, so apparently I right-click the master twice, doesn't matter. That guy is now going to be a journeyman level. And now expert. And maybe even master too if I can get another trait on this guy too. Does not look like I can do that right now. But yeah, when this guy restocks in a couple of minutes, that guy is going to be a master level villager in like the span of 2 seconds. It's actually pretty crazy, and it's kind of what carried this whole village to where it is today. You, good sir. Oh, take these pumpkins, buddy. Give me all your money. I'm going to be a little bit careful with this guy right here and not shift-click all of the melons in there until, you know, we get to this point where he's an expert. So now, he's a master, again, in like 2 seconds. I am a little bit surprised, like, ever since 1.14 released, that there was no, like, measure to prevent this from happening, because this is seriously busted. But no, it's still in the game, it's still in modern versions, too. You can just do this, and, yeah, level up your villagers instantaneously, basically, if they have the right traits. That's going to be another master right there. This guy is actually working in this area, and this area has been here, like, since the beginning of the village. Oh my goodness, we have a guy here that hasn't been traded with at all. We gotta fix that. First, I gotta fix some of these guys right on over here. You have restocked, so take, more pumpkins, please. And more melons, and sure enough, that guy is also now a master. This guy is also restocked. We're officially out of melons, but that is okay, because we have many, many pumpkins. Many of them. It's really no sweat. There's another guy who's an apprentice, but not anymore because I have all the pumpkins in the world. And unfortunately, this guy is going to need to restock, so hopefully he'll do that soon. But either way, we still got like a stack and a half, basically, of pumpkins right here. It's pretty nice. I accidentally picked up these guys' seeds. Take it back, buddies. That's all yours. Oh, and look at this. This guy's ready to go again. Now you are officially, or not just yet, but you know what I mean. Now you officially are out of emeralds once again. Ha ha ha. Get pumpkin. I don't know. Basically, when they reach master level, you have these nice trades right here. This is, in my opinion, the best way to get golden carrots and glistering melon slices. So what we can do here is just not really level them up a whole bunch further, but not have to spend tons of gold on all that stuff. Because gold, at the moment, it's not really renewable. And crafting so many golden carrots and glistering melon slices would definitely drive me completely out of gold. Like, completely clean. Not a single gold, and I'd kind of like to save that for the piglins. Alright, so we've, like, doubled our golden carrot supply, and same thing with glistering melon slices. Apparently I'd never done that before in this world. Yeah, we now have loads of healing from the glistering melons and night vision from the golden carrots. The golden carrots, I love the night vision you get from those. Kinda nice when exploring the nether, honestly, among other places as well. And it's great that, you know, of all the things the developers could have chosen to make tradable from the village, it was, the night vision, pretty much. The thing that gives you the night vision. Now, we've obviously got this right here. This doesn't really serve much of a purpose anymore. We're gonna get rid of it, but I gotta clear out my inventory here real quick. Because it's gonna drop a ton of items, that's for sure. We got seeds, we got melons, we got a lot of wood, we got fences, slabs. It's gonna take up a lot of space, and it's really gonna make me wish that bundles are in 1.17. Anyways, going around here, you'll really just notice that this is a little bit out of place, at least in my opinion. You know, before there was no, like, grass over there, so it was all just sand over here, pretty much. And I just did not bother to, like, change this build based on that. So when we go over here, you'll notice that there's just... Oh, wait. I guess I did do a little something over here. There are wood planks in there, but I probably would have done grass or something over here. Either way, it just really, I just don't like it. It's a little awkward, and quite frankly, I think I could do better. I really like the building that we did over there. Look at that beauty! Holy frick, it's huge. That's gonna be like the staple. That's crazy. It's gonna be like the staple of the world. It definitely wouldn't hold up in real life, not with wood at least. Alright, and after moving all the vines out of here, as well as basically all the wood minus what's in the ground, this is what it looks like. What we're gonna do is I am going to remove all the melons, but we're gonna keep the dirt in place, because eventually this is all going to be grass. That's kind of what I've been doing over time right here. It's gonna look a little bit weird, but it's only a temporary thing. Turns out I actually lied. There's actually still a row of melon stems right here I gotta get rid of. There we go. Now it's truly gone, for the most part. It's basically just a square of dirt right now. And would you look at here, apparently I put planks deep into the ground, I guess. Was there like a freaking cave here or something before? Oh, no, wait, no. This right here, I think this is actually where a lake used to be. Yeah, like if you go watch like the early episodes of this series, right here, there used to be a shipwreck and there was a lake in there too. It was all right here, like right, basically this whole area right here. But then I filled it in. It was really shallow, and it was just caused by like the terrain going down. It wasn't like an ocean or anything that was super deep. It was literally just a couple blocks deep, and a shipwreck just so happened to spawn in there because this is a beach biome. Those were the days, I tell you. That shipwreck, man. I can still kind of remember digging that thing up like years ago. I can't believe it's been like years since that thing has been here, since we first discovered that thing. It's just so crazy. I just remembered all that. And removing the last of the wood here genuinely felt a lot faster and easier to destroy that than it was building it. But yeah, this is what it looks like right now. We still have a little bit of farmland here that's going to shrivel up real quick. But yeah, it's officially gone, ladies and gentlemen. It's been modernized. It's up there now, pretty much. Now, I think instead of composting all these melon seeds right here, what I want to do is I think I'm going to save them for later. Because obviously, I'm thinking of maybe doing, like, maybe at least one more floor of melons on that building right there. So we'll save it for then. And anything left over, we'll just throw into this chest right here. This is the automatic composter. For now, everything is going beautifully unorganized, minus the melons, of course, into these barrels right here. And before we go on over into the village, I did notice that some of those untraded villagers, they have carrots. They're looking for some carrots. So I'm gonna give it to them. Villager, what the heck are you doing out here? We gotta get that wall built in the village. Because this guy actually wandered all the way around the enchanting hall to get here. You are crazy. Anyways, villagers, I have more goods for you guys. Hello there, good sir. Take these carrots, get to level 2. You're probably gonna offer pumpkins realistically, and sure enough, there we go. That's okay, we're gonna have pumpkins in the future. This other guy is also in desperate need of some carrots. And there we go, that's gonna be 2 apprentice villagers there created. This guy could probably have better trades. I don't really want to give you guys my emeralds, I want to take your emeralds. But there we go, I think that's gonna be every single villager in this new area right here traded with, which is great. Oh wait, never mind, there is a guy over here that's unemployed. I really wish I knew about you before I traded off all those carrots, bruh. I guess that's all but one villager in the village that hasn't been traded with. And never mind, we actually have another guy over here that also, no trades. Just a novice, don't worry, I'll get to you eventually. But what do we have going on here? We have a wandering trader, and he's on the roof. Buddy, what are you doing up there? That's really dangerous. You should probably come down. There we go. Came right down. Originally, I was going to go up to that guy because I wanted to see what kind of trades you got here. Let's see. So we have pointed dripstone. Probably would have been useful a lot earlier in the series. But I will take the dark oak saplings. I'm pretty sure this is actually going to be the first dark oak action we got going on in this world right here. So we'll take 8 of those. And now, I am going over to what used to be the cow enclosure, and we're going to go plant these down. So that's really nice. New wood type on day, let's see, 623. Pretty sure we don't have any dark oak logs lying around, except maybe some logs that may or may not exist from the ship that used to be in the beach right on over there that I was talking about earlier. Really good stuff. Hopefully we won't have a repeat of what happened in the Plains survival world, where I harvest these things and they don't drop a single sapling. But I think that's pretty unlikely with dark oak wood. Especially given the number of leaves those trees have, it should be alright. At least in theory, but I guess I'll find out when those grow, hopefully soon. It would really suck, but dark oak wood, that's going to be really great to farm. Almost as good as spruce wood was for all that charcoal I created, like a few, or actually not really a few, but some time ago when the tree farm used to be where these normal farms are right now. Anyways, right here is all the bone meal I've created, all over, like, various episodes. We're gonna go start using this right here on the pumpkin and melon vines right on in here. I did notice that there were some pumpkin vines that, like, weren't grown at all on one of the floors right here. It would kind of be nice to have maximum efficiency going in here. The only annoying thing is that it's a really small, bounding box these things have, so you gotta be really precise. It can be a little bit annoying, too. Yeah, see, look at this right here. It's literally, like, only a few pixels. Anyways, I'm pretty sure what happened here is this floor wasn't properly lit up at one point. A whole bunch of mobs spawned and broke the farmland, which broke the vine. And then I went and planted the seed, not realizing that it was never going to grow. So those seeds are ancient, probably. Those have probably been there for a hot minute, so it's good to see that they are finally finally in their full growth phases right here and will finally be useful to me. And I swear, every single time, I think we're all finished and everything, and there's nothing left, and there's another one. But now I'm pretty sure that should, in theory, be all of them. At least for this floor, probably not for the whole building here. I do know there are definitely some melon stems up above that need to be grown. And, of course, all of these growing up on the roof, but these don't matter. These have the sun, it's fine. We've actually already got one right here that's fully grown, which is nice. We've got the first melon on this floor, hopefully several more to come. Very nice, good to see that there's a little bit of progress going on up here, and I'm pretty sure that might be actually all the vines fully grown in this building right here. Now hopefully no mobs come and trample them. You know, that's kind of what causes my work here to be undone. But I do believe with all these lanterns in place right here, it should be relatively safe, you know. I do know that without them, there would definitely be mobs spawning in here. That's basically what the lanterns are for. It doesn't really matter for the pumpkins or anything, for the growth at least. These basically just prevent mob spawns without looking hideous, basically, and also allowing the pumpkins to generate in right here. I can't believe there's actually still grass on this floor, though. Like, because this is the original grass that was here when the world generated and everything, except maybe this over here. I might have terraformed some of this. But this grass right here, it wasn't like once dirt. It's always been grass. Which is a little surprising to me, given how much time I give these pumpkins and melons to grow. Anyways, with all the bone meal back on in there, we're going deep into the mines today. So basically, we've got a small little bunker on over there. I store some items in there and everything. You know, it's pretty cool. We got bows. Basically, a lot of things that just don't stack. It's basically an armory, pretty much. And it's also where the super smelter is at. And behind the super smelter, there's actually this cave. And I did not build the building there and dig out the bunker knowing that the cave was there. So we just kind of came across it when that was built. And then there was the episode much later where I explored it, but it turns out I didn't actually explore it completely. So I went mining down there once and actually came across a lava lake. So we're going to take this bucket of water and grab myself some free obsidian. Now if memory serves me, we've obviously got the main area right here. It is a little bit deeper underground, I believe. I'm not really sure where it's going to be at, though, to be honest. But I know I was mining out some diorite, and the cave was completely unexplored. It was a different cave that branched off of this one. I'm really just trying to figure out where it's at. Oh, would you look at this right here? Apparently there's a coal vein I didn't finish mining out, I guess. We'll take it. There's actually a whole bunch of ore veins I didn't bother mining, so I guess we'll grab those while we're here. Alright, I think this right here is a spot. Basically, I came down here to just grab some diorite and stuff. I know, crazy block choice among everything right here, but then we've got another section right here. We got some tuff I mined out, you know, I figured that would be helpful. And this right here, I'm pretty sure this should be, at least in the right direction, I'm pretty sure, of where the lava is. Here it is. Alright, so, yeah, we've got this lava cave right here, I think it is. Yeah, sure enough. And there's redstone over there. That's pretty nice. We're just going to cover it all in obsidian right here, you know, and mine it up later, but I would just like to explore the rest of this cave right here. Probably would have been smart to bring some torches now, wouldn't it have been? But nonetheless, I do see some iron right here, so don't mind if I do. So yeah, I don't know how I missed this last time we were here. Maybe I just cut the episode short or something for time's sake and everything and just never came back. But yeah, this whole section exists right down here. That's some gold ore. I thought it was diamonds. That was some wishful thinking, but I'll take it nonetheless. Now we've obviously got this obsidian right here. I'm going to grab that as well, you know. Just for the sake of portals and everything. You know, you never know when you might need a new nether portal. And beneath the lava, there's actually a little vein of deep slate coal ore. I'm actually pretty sure that's kind of rare in 1.18 just because of where the deep slate generates versus where the coal generates, and they kind of need to overlap for that to occur. But there we go, that's some deep slate coal ore mined up right there. And this is looking a little bit shallow here, not gonna lie, so I don't have to worry about lava destroying my stuff as much, you know, when I go to mine it. Mining this is actually proving to be really fast right now thanks to efficiency 5. Usually I'm used to it being slow because I don't have efficiency 5 on a pickaxe, you know, when I'm going to mine this stuff for the first time. And after a little bit of mining, we officially have 55 blocks of obsidian. Very nice, went by really fast thanks to efficiency. It probably would have been the slowest thing in the world had I done that without it. Just kind of wanted to show off this little section of the cave I found off camera and stuff. Now all I gotta do is find the way out of here. Which luckily wasn't too hard, you know, it was basically right below the exit right there pretty much. But anyways, If you liked what you saw, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. This is more so of just a filler episode, just because, you know, I figured what I'm doing here would probably be nice to see. I don't really think it's something I can just do off camera. I feel like if I did it off camera and stuff, there'd be too much of a gap in between the previous episode and the next one, if you know what I'm saying. So this is sort of an episode that's gonna bridge a gap, pretty much. But yeah, I think the gap is officially bridged. So yeah, I'll see you later.